Is live in Southeast this morning aboard our own cruise ship, the Odyssey, preparing for our own Love Cruise. Holly, wonderful tips we've been getting from your singles today.
I know, it was a quiet bunch to start. It's a quiet bunch to start, but they have really opened up here as the sun shines brighter this morning on our Love Cruise. And what we are going to do right now is we are going to prepare all the singles out there on how to find their own Love Cruise, because you may not know this, but more than 50% of the population is comprised of singles. So there's a lot of you out there, and Vivian Pommier of West End Travel is going to help you embark on your own maiden voyage of some fun and excitement and romance. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning, and we're ready to cruise. You know, this bunch is so much fun. They'd be great just to take on a vacation, and I'm sure you'd meet quite a lot of people.
And now, did you just say you're giving them all a discount? Is that what you said on the next cruise?
Okay.
See, you guys, I'm working for you. Okay, listen up. Let's go ahead and start, and we're going to start with the Windjammer Cruises, because Windjammer is the one that owns the boat.
Owns the Mandalay.
That they're using in Love Cruise tonight.
In Love Cruise tonight. Now, they have 6 ships, what they use. They're all tall ships. And they're beautiful ships, and they only take between 64 and 138 people. Now, they have specific weeks that
volatile. I think conclusions were reached that will set a platform for future encounter.
Well, let's hope so. Harry Belafonte, as I said, it's a thrill to be with you. Thanks so much for coming in, and best of luck with your project. The anthology, once again, is called The Long Road to Freedom.
Thank you, Katie.
Looks wonderful. Up next, a new look at billionaire Howard Hughes. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Top Drawer, the interior design store, is having one of their famous, wild, irresistible clearance events. Absolutely everything in our enormous showroom has been reduced. Select from our multi-million-dollar stock of unique home furnishings from around the world. Almost everything is available for immediate delivery. Don't delay. Hurry into Top Drawer, your interior design store, where the smart shoppers buy.
Being in business, I know you've got to have a plan to succeed. That's why, as a candidate for governor, I've offered a detailed action plan for Virginia's future. To improve education and transportation, create jobs, preserve open space, and protect our environment. We can do it with more effective management and real fiscal responsibility. To find out more, call or visit our website, because you deserve more than political promises. You deserve a plan and results. And that's what my campaign for governor is all about.
The Civic from Honda.
Hey guys, can you help us? We need directions.
It comes with an extraordinarily well-insulated cabin.
Why is it so hard to meet chicks anyway?
The window!
I do not know.
Amazing, but true.
While supplies last, get special APR financing as low as 3.9% for 36 months on 2001 Civics.
I'm Dr. Mark Groban, Chairman of the Mamsie Health Plan's MDIPA and Optimum Choice. We've partnered with the American Heart Association to bring you important heart health information.
One of the things I learned to do was to take my medication exactly as my doctor instructed me to. If you don't, your condition could worsen, requiring further medical treatment and costing you more money.
To start your way to a heart-healthy life, join us for the American Heart Walk Saturday, October 20th. For more information, call this number.
Howard Hughes lived the American dream. He was wealthy beyond belief, dated beautiful movie stars, and made record-breaking flights. But the man who could have it all for years just wanted to be left alone. Because of that, much of his life has remained a mystery until now. Author Richard Hack uncovers America's first billionaire in his new book, simply called Hughes. Richard Hack, good morning. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
You say, I'm fine, thank you. You say this is a different perspective on Howard Hughes because the other books have been written based on stories told by people who knew him. You think this is his point of view. How could that be?
Well, I made the effort to try to get inside his mind. This is, you know, he was America's first billionaire, and he was a famous
phrase, making a nonsense of my life. I mean, it's a wonderfully light phrase, and yet it really bespeaks of a very tough. I mean, it's a light phrase connected to very tough times that you were going through.
Well, it's just, you know, to publicly self-humiliate yourself is something.
Did you feel that way, really?
Something quite huge to do, isn't it?
Did you really feel that way?
Oh, absolutely. It was
really?
rock bottom. Yeah, rock bottom.
And the weight loss then brought back the self-esteem and was a critical way to reverse that?
No, taking charge of my life. Taking charge of my finances, taking charge of the way I was going to go forward, and actually getting forward and not sitting in a corner shaking is kind of an achievement.
So, and weight was just one aspect of
weight
that.
Was it? Weight? Well, no, weight was the symptom of how bad I was feeling.
Right.
And so so everyone could see I was getting larger. There must be some problem, you know. And the thing is I then dealt with all my issues, and in dealing with it, I'm sitting here today with a little more confidence.
Yeah, and you're going to do that all for an entire county of people in Waukesha.
Well, we can have a go, can't we?
Let me ask you about something that got a lot of publicity in this country, and I'm sure in England. And I know you're very uncomfortable with questions about the royal family, but it was so publicized in this country. A journal, The Spectator,
then.
All right, the 60s.
All right, now the 60s must have been 10 years too long for you because cheese fondue was the most popular dish.
Not in my neighborhood.
Not in your neighborhood. Okay, well, it sure was in mine.
All right, what are we drinking with this?
Sangria. Okay. Remember all the sangria parties? Or
yes.
Maybe you don't. They
yes.
were. I mean, we published dozens of recipes for sangria. This one is delicious.
That's better
really,
than
really good.
Let's move on to
okay.
the 70s.
The 70s.
Yet another thing with cheese.
Yeah, sorry, it
Janice
wasn't my
DeRosa,
choice.
Kim Williamson, thanks a lot. A lot of great planning there. Go ahead.
Fettuccine Alfredo. When we first published this recipe, we published it with a recipe for making your own pasta because we couldn't get really wonderful thin pasta in those days. Now we can get it. It's imported. It's beautiful. We've made this with store-bought pasta, but this was when Americans discovered that Italian food didn't have to be just tomato sauce.
Yeah, didn't have to be spaghetti and meatballs. What are we drinking with it?
The Kir. It was, you know, it's a little bit, you know, lighter.
Yeah, a little foo-foo.
A little foo-foo, but
okay.
It was the 70s.
What do we got here in the 80s?
Okay, we move
More
on.
cheese.
We're still in love. We're still in love with Italy, though. Porcini risotto. It's a beautiful rice dish, creamy, but no cream added. A little cheese at the end, and wonderful porcini mushrooms.
And the 90s?
The 90s. The wrap. We reinvented the sandwich using tortillas. Want to help me with it?
Go ahead. You're going to do it.
Okay, now this is something.
You're going to do it. We're going to wind up doing it during a commercial and tasting it at the back end.
Okay. It's a flour tortilla that's been lightly toasted so that it gets fluffy and not all kind of clammy and nasty. A chipotle mayonnaise, because we really want to try to make it up to you after all that cheese, and we know you like chipotle.
Right, and then you're going to put turkey and onions. I'm going to taste them when we come back. Sam.
Okay.
All right, hang on. We're going to
Alrighty.
take a break right here. 47 past the hour. Back after this.
People always ask me, Whoopi, what's your favorite instruments? Like I'm going to tell them. If I said it was the ultimate crumb cake, they go flying off the shelf and they'd be...